class. How are y'all today?
Good.
Good. Good. All right. So today I want to talk about concepts of time and how do we tell time, how do we read time, okay? I have this aid here and let's go over this real quick. So on the clock you have your hour hand and your minute hand. Okay, the hour one is the shorter one and the minute hand is the longer hand on the clock, and we just call them hands on a clock. Whenever we don't have any minutes in the hour, it is just a clock. So 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, okay? And then we express from the clock time, we can go, oh, it's 5 past 1 o'clock. So if I say it's 5 past 1, what do you think, what time is it? What do you think the time is?
Be 1:05.
1:05, yes, good. And then we get to where it's 5 past 1 or 10 past 1, so on and so forth. But you'll notice that we also have a quarter past and we also have a quarter to. That is talking about the 15 minutes because our clocks are split up. We have the 15 minute and then we have 30 and then we have 45 over here, right? All right. So on the quarter, it's a quarter past 3 o'clock. Elise, what do you think the time is?
So it would be 5, 10, 15. So
Yes.
it would be 3:15.
Yes, correct, exactly. And then let's say it's a quarter till 5 o'clock. Aaron, what time do you think it is? It's a quarter to 5.
Quarter until 5.
Mm-hmm.
So that would mean, okay. So 4:45.
4:45,
Because there's
yes.
only a quarter to go.
Because we only have 15 minutes until we get to the even 5 o'clock.
Okay.
So we basically round up on the hour to say 5 o'clock, and then we subtract the 15 minutes, and that makes 45. So we would say a quarter till 5 is 4:45.
Okay.
Does
Because
that
it's
make
not 5 yet.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Does that make sense so far?
Yes.
Okay. Now half past. In an hour, there's 60 minutes, right? So half of that is 30 minutes, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So at half past, it's going to indicate that it is half of the hour. It's half past the even hour. So if I say it is half past 12 o'clock, who just answered last? You? Elise. If it is half past 12 o'clock, what time is it?
It would be 12:30.
Yes, good. All right, so I'm going to leave this here just as an aid, and now we're going to move on to our telling time activity. Now, if you'll look at letter A in the answer, you'll see the 12 and then 25. The first set of numbers before the semicolon is represented by the hour, okay? And then the second part of the time represents the minutes, okay? So, Aaron, what time is that? How would you say that?
So that would be 12:25.
Correct. All right. So, Elise, let's see, if I say on E, how do you think that you would say what time that is on letter E?
So 8:15.
Yes. There's also another way to say it. How could you say that? Maybe looking at our sheet here.
So a quarter past 8.
Yes. Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Does that make more sense?
Yes.
Okay. So now let's take a look at number 1. It says it's 3 o'clock. Now remember what I said whenever we were talking about the o'clock? Were there any minutes tied into that? If I say it's 1 o'clock, what it is 1 o'clock on the dot, right? Mm-hmm. All right. So can you find any time here that just represents the hour?
So it's 10:30.
5, 10, 15, 20, 30.
So 10:30. So I
5, 2, 5. So that would be right here.
so and then
So if 5 o'clock goes right here, it's before.
subtract 5.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be 4:55.
Mm-hmm. F.
F.
It's 9:25.
H.
6. It's 25 to 11.
25 to
Right here.
11. So 10.
11 is here. It's before.
10:30. Because half past 30. One more.
Okay.
It's 5.
So G.
So 10:35.
How are we doing so far?
Good.
Okay, yes. Y'all sound like y'all are doing awesome.
It's 2, 2, 2,
2, 2, 2.
2, 2, 2.
2, 2, 2.
It's a lot of twos.
So
Yes.
2, 2. So
Uh-huh.
so maybe.
So we
minus
need
2,
a time
so
that has a
50,
1.
58. Right.
So
Because 2 minus 60.
D is the only one with a
58.
1.
Yes.
It's 11:25.
See.
I like the ones that just say
That time.
11:25.
And not everyone uses terms like a quarter past or a quarter to or a half past. Sometimes you'll just hear people say, oh, it's 1:15, oh, it's 1:45, oh, it's 1:30. Sometimes you don't always hear that, but it is still pretty common to hear a quarter past or a quarter to. So I want to make sure that you know those.
Sure.
Okay.
So it's 5 past 8. So B.
B.
And then last one. 12:35. B.
So here it says 12:25. Oh, okay. It is A.
All right, we're done with
Okay.
the first exercise?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. How are we feeling about time?
Good.
Good. Yes.
Okay, so now I want to go, we're talking about time for today. Now I want to talk about something that we did maybe last week, talking about not this week that's happening now, but the week in the past, or a week in the future. So to express that, we would say, last week I did this, okay? Or next week I will do this. So what I want to do now, I'm going to give you these 2 pieces of papers, okay? And what I want you to do is I want you to think of 4 things that you did last week, 4 things that you will do next week, and I want you to go ahead and write those down, okay? Now that we're done writing down what we did last week and what we did this week, I want you to go ahead and write down what day of the week you did that. So, do we remember our days of the week? You want to go over those real quick? Start Sunday, Monday,
Tuesday.
Aaron? Tuesday, Elise?
Wednesday.
Yes, Aaron?
Thursday,
Friday.
Saturday,
and then back to Sunday.
back to Sunday.
Okay, so those are the 7 days of the week. Go ahead and indicate what day of the week you did that. All done? All done?
Yes.
Okay. Now what I want you to do is I want you to talk to each other about what you did last week. So you can start this in an example would be a small talk conversation. You could say, Elise, what did you do last week? And you would reply, last week I did this and this and this. And you could even extend it to say, last week on Wednesday and Friday I went to UTA to go to class. Something as simple as that. So I want you to go ahead and talk to each other, use those sentence starters. So last week I did this and this and this. Last week on whatever days of the weeks I did this. And the same goes for the future tense of next week as well. Okay? So go ahead and ask each other what they did last week.
What did you do last week?
Last week I visited my sister on Sunday.
Good.
What did you do on last week?
Last week, I went to work on Tuesday and Thursday.
Good. Aaron,
Uh,
what will you do next?
next week, I have to take a test on Monday morning. What do you have to do next week?
Next week, I will go to the movies on Friday.
Awesome. What movie are you going to go see?
Ralph?
Wreck-It Ralph movie?
Yes.
Awesome. Such a good movie. All right. So how do we feel about expressing time, being able to tell time and read time? Are we feeling pretty okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. And then as far as expressing something that we did last week versus something that we will do next week, how do we feel about that?
Good.
Okay.
Good.
And also, real quick, just to finish up, our last two really important vocabulary words are tomorrow and yesterday. Tomorrow is talking about the next day of the week. So today is Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday. Yesterday talks about the past. So yesterday was, Aaron, do you know?
Saturday.
Saturday. Good. So Elise, what did you do yesterday?
Watched kids play piano.
Piano? Awesome. That sounds like fun. Aaron, do you have any plans for tomorrow?
Tomorrow I will go to school.
All right. Do we have any questions about how to tell time or how to say time or indicate next week, last week? Any questions at all?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, go ahead and study up on the vocabulary that we're learning, and then I will see you next class.